Hello, I am Dr. Lavelle Hardy, author, motivational speaker, and your companion on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Stay true, stay bold, and yes, stay uncensored. Have you ever had to stop and wonder, what is your happiness based on? How do I determine my level of happiness? Understanding what contributes to your happiness is a personal journey that you're on. And it can vary significantly from person to person. So my happiness, your happiness, the other person's happiness, 3 different levels. Let's talk about some common factors that people often identify as the basis for their happiness. Let's talk about that. Number 1, meaningful relationships. Strong connection with family, friends, loved ones, sometimes provides a sense of belonging and support. Nurturing these relationships can lead to a greater happiness and fulfillment. But what about the negative aspects of these relationships? Sometimes we get down because it's not going as we thought, because we've allowed people to help determine our level of happiness. But you've got to learn and understand you are the architect of that. Is your happiness based on what others think about you, feel about you, speak about you, how they view you? My happiness is based on me. So we have to change the trajectory of how we look at others in that season of happiness. Number 2, is your happiness based on purpose and passion? How does happiness look like in that area? Engaging in activities that align with your values and your passions. And guess what? It can sometimes bring a sense of purpose to your life, whether it's through your career, through hobbies, through doing volunteer work, through doing what you just simply love. This can significantly enhance your happiness. Some people say, I like to cook. That's where you find your happiness. Some people say read. But what is your happiness based on? What I want you to understand, don't ever base your happiness on somebody else. It's all about you. The passion that you have. Does it depress you to spend time with yourself and by yourself? Or do you always have to have somebody right there? Do you always have to be in a room of people in order to feel happy? Is your happiness based on self-acceptance, embracing who you are, including your strengths, your weaknesses? This can lead to a greater self-esteem and contentment. Learning to love and accept yourself is a crucial foundation for lasting happiness. When you learn to accept who you are in every area and facet of your life. What does happiness look like to you? I talk about gratitude because be grateful for who you are. Be grateful for what you have. I remember hearing a story about a young lady didn't realize that they were poor and lived in poverty until she got grown. She never realized it because they made the best of what they had. They loved life, they lived life, they laughed through life. But it wasn't until she got older and realized how poor they were. But what she did, her family did, they took what they had and lived it to the best of their ability. Grateful, practicing gratitude, focusing on the positive aspects of your life and appreciating what you have. We have to stop blaming. First of all, stop blaming your past on what's going on with you right now. We've got to learn how to dismiss it and put it in perspective. And I learned from my past. I had a mother who was very quiet. My dad was outspoken. He was more forthcoming. She was just a quiet, gentle soul, as I call her. But I learned so much from her in her quietness because she was an example, and I always say this, of a real woman that knew how to handle her business, but yet she was bold in what she felt and what she believed. I'll never forget when my father was forced to retire because he had a few heart attacks. Well, he didn't decide. His body told him, it's time for you to retire. He retired. And I'll never forget, my mother was a music teacher and she taught in the public school system. And I had to laugh because She didn't believe in working on Monday. She could set her own schedule because Monday she was going to be tired after all the church on the weekend. But I'll never forget when he retired, this particular morning, he woke up as usual early. He went to wake her up and he said, Velma, get up. You got to go to work. She said, oh, I'm not going to work today. He said, what did you do? Call in? She said, no. Do you honestly think I'm going to leave out of this house and go to work while you retired? She said, I just retired. And she had given her notice to her schools the week prior that he did not know. She said, I'm not going to work and you're retired. So she retired immediately because she wanted to do what made her happy. We're so busy pleasing everybody and everything that we tend to lose ourselves. The fifth thing is mindfulness and presence. Being present in the moment and practicing mindfulness can help reduce, as I say all the time, stress, anxiety, frustration, hurt, harm, danger. Engaging fully in your experiences, whether they are joyful or challenging, can enhance your overall sense of well-being. What is your happiness based on? The sixth thing is your health and well-being. Physical health plays a significant role in happiness. Regular exercise. So now I have to tell you, I'm talking to me. A balanced diet. Oops. That'd be me. And sufficient rest. Oh my God. It can improve your mood and energy levels, contributing to a more positive outlook on life. Have you ever seen somebody and they were just moody, maybe evil, irritable, and what do we say? They got up on the wrong side of the bed. But understand your health. As I've gotten older, I just made 68 years old, and I realized how important these things are to me. My health, exercise, decent diet. I won't even say balance, but a decent diet. Not so much of this, but less of this and more of that. That I can now have a positive outlook on life. And guess what? When I have a positive outlook on my life, it affects everybody connected to my life. The same for you. You're not only responsible for your life, but you're responsible for others that are connected to you. The seventh thing that happiness is based on is personal growth. Pursuing personal development and lifelong lessons can lead to a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. How many of you feel good and happy when you've accomplished something in life? You've set goals, you've achieved them. Whether big or small, it can boost your confidence and your happiness because you feel good. Now you see personal growth. How I would have reacted, I don't react. How I would have come to you, I don't. Because I've learned how to grow and nurture who I am. 8, and the last one, is your contribution to others. But let me say this. I've asked people often, what makes you happy? I would almost say 95% of them give the wrong answer. And you know what that answer is? What makes me happy is making other people happy. Wrong answer. Because that means they're at the forefront of your life. They're at the forefront of your mind. If I can make somebody else happy, that makes me happy. It makes me happy to do for others, but I must first make myself happy. So when somebody asks you what makes you happy, what makes me happy is me being happy. Whether it's reading a book, going shopping, going to a mall, staying at home by myself. I know a young lady that goes on trips, and I'm not talking about running here down the street or staycations. No, goes to the Caribbean, goes onto the islands, Jamaica, by themselves for their birthday. That makes her happy. So who are we to say, I would never do that? That's you, and that's okay. If you want to take a truckload of people with you, she goes by herself. And when I see her pictures, I say, she is enjoying life. And that's what you have to understand. Happiness will help you enjoy life. So identifying what specifically contributes to your happiness can help you focus on those areas and make intentional choices that will align with your values and your desire. What aspect of your happiness resonates with you? I want you to think about that. What makes you happy? Because it's time for you to take control of your happiness. And there's a song that simply said, don't worry, be happy. Again, I am Dr. Lavelle Hardy with Lavelle Hardy Uncensored. I hope you get a hold to this and your happiness has just went through the roof. Crack some glass ceilings with your happiness and you will be happy for it.